Hey YouTube, I just want to talk a little bit about Buffett. This is an old video, but has some good advice in it. My last one was on Bruce Greenwald. I love him because Buffett doesn't tell you how to do it, what his secrets are, but Bruce Greenwald tells you how to do it. But anyway, I just want to listen to Buffett's words.
Index funds with a brain, are those things really adding value?
No, probably not. The S&P 500 index is the one to use. That's the one I use in that bet I made for 10 years. It's the one I've told the trustee for my wife to put 90% of the funds I leave her into. The S&P 500 is, I don't know whether it's 80% of the market value of everything you can buy in this country, and it's over. I think it's over 20 trillion. And you're buying America. And let me give you a figure that'll blow your mind. I think I bought my first stock when I was 11 years old. It was the first quarter of 1942, shortly after Pearl Harbor. I spent $114.75. Three shares, $114.75. If I put that 114 into the S&P 500 at that time and reinvested the dividends, think of a figure to what it would be worth today.
Oh man.
Well, I just want your audience to think for a second.
Okay.
The answer is about $400,000. So if I, as a little kid, had taken that $114, I'd say the shoveling snow or whatever I'd done. $400,000 today in one person's lifetime. That's America. I mean, that isn't me. It is the huge tailwind the American economy gives to any equity investor. Now, the market's gone down many times during that time. People have panicked during that time. Headlines have been terrible. It looked like we were losing the war at the first point. But America is a powerful economic machine that since 1776 has worked, and it's going to keep working now. You don't want to buy to hold for a year. You don't want to buy with the idea that you can sell it in 2 years or 3 years necessarily make money. You could lose money that way. But if you buy it for 10, 20, just keep buying the S&P 500 index and forget about all the other nonsense that's being sold to you, because I'll guarantee you one thing about the stuff being sold to you: it will carry bigger fees than what I'm talking about. Yeah.
And there's no reason to think that we don't know if it's 400,000, but that same sort of process or returns won't happen starting right now.
The S&P 500 companies have earned well over 10% on equity, often 15% annually for years and years and years and years. They've done it with Democratic administrations, with Republican administrations. Now, you get money compounding at that kind of rate underlying your investment, and you get a diversified group of that. I mean, you're going
$114, and then this is a video that's been out for years. This video is many years old, but that just tells you the power of compound interest. That shows you the power of dividend investing. You don't have to be a great stock picker. You don't. All you have to do is just buy the whole index, buy the 500 biggest companies in America, and 50 years from now, some of them are going to be bankrupt. And other ones that are, $1 today might be the next Google or Amazon. So, the index, as companies get old, some of them die, some of them, like Microsoft has, reinvented itself and change with the times, but that's just staggering to me that you didn't work for that money, but when you own 500 great businesses in America, every single one of those businesses is employing thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people. And even when you're in bed at night sleeping, you're a part owner of that business or that company. And you have thousands of people working for you while you're sleeping. And they're earning money for you while you're sleeping. And basically, you just believe in America, and if you just had believed in America and invested in America, you're gonna do fine, and you don't have to worry about anything. And that's just a tremendous return. I mean, granted, it took a long time to compound, but $100, in 1942 to turn into almost $500,000. That's crazy, but that's why I'm so passionate about this subject, because in America today we have a crisis where the people that are 65 years old only have $100,000 to their name to live on for retirement, and they spend on average $50,000, and Social Security is only $20,000. So I mean, if you need that money to live on the next 20 years, or 30 years, or 40 years, and you're only getting $20,000 a year, but you've been used to spending $50,000 a year. I mean, you got a $30,000 shortfall, and yeah, the $100,000 might last you a couple years, but that money's going to dry up. So, and to think the government is going to take care of you. I hate to scare some people, but the government's broke right now. They're broke, and maybe they will save Social Security, but you shouldn't count on that, because it was never meant to be a retirement. It was meant to be a supplement. And I don't know, I shouldn't say this, but in Hebrew there's not even a word for retirement. So that was something that man made up, but basically, maybe you get too you get sick or whatever, and you can't physically work. You get disabled. I get that. We should take care of people that are disabled, and but my goal is to at least be working or doing something, most of your life. But like I said, the beauty of the FIRE movement, the financially independent, retire early, the power of dividend investing is you don't have to get up and go to work every day. You can spend some time with your family. You can travel the country. You can show some culture to your kids and grandkids, and maybe leave them a blessing, that so they don't have to struggle so hard in life. Then maybe they can go to college and not have to not be in $100,000 in debt, or maybe get them a starter car or a good education. But anyway, I figured it's best to hear from the horse's mouth sometimes. But again, that's just mind-blowing, is to turn $100 into $400,000. And You didn't have to pick up an extra shift at work. You didn't have to do a double shift. You didn't have to work 70 hours a week or 100 hours a week. All you had to do was invest $100 in America and believe in America. A lot of people, I might get flamed for this, and I don't know. I'm a Christian, and I believe that a lot of the people that are in America are well, all children are blessed, but America is part of the 10 tribes of Israel, and God, as a Christian nation, I believe that God has blessed us, and God's going to continue to bless us. I mean, we like any child, make mistakes, and we've had some doozies in our history, whether it be slavery or you name it, or even what's happening today, which sex trafficking children, and putting them in modern day slavery today. But basically, my point is, and of course, Buffett doesn't believe in God at all. He doesn't believe in God, Christianity. That's fine, and if you don't believe in God, that's fine, or you believe in another God, that's fine too. This is my opinion. This is not, I'm not a financial planner. I'm not a financial expert. I just trying to help people so that they're not relying on some idiot, some wannabe money manager that can only get you a pitiful 7% return, or maybe even less than that, maybe 3%, and charges you 2% plus 20% of all the profits. There's no reason why people in this country, the richest nation in the world, should be broke. There's no reason for it. When all you have to do is throw $100 in America and sit back and wait 40 years, 30, 40, 50 years. Thank you for listening.